Hi everyone, welcome to Init Talks. Happy to see everybody in chat. Hello, hello. Welcome to our today's show, and please welcome Catharina and Jessica.
Hello, thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you so much
Hello.
for joining. It looks pretty. Thank you so much. All right. And let's start from Katerina. Can you tell how you start your way into motorsport? I know you both in motorsport. Let's start with you, and then Jessica can answer on this question as well.
Okay, my journey, started pretty late, I guess, which is not common, because I was always interested in motorsports, watching Formula One, and here in Germany, DTM. But I was never able to go karting or things like that as a child. So I focused on playing Gran Turismo and so on, so PlayStation's games. And I remember when the GT Academy started, I was so hyped, and I thought, oh my God, this is so cool. You get the opportunity to race a real car. And that's when I started to buy a steering wheel and build a little small setup. And I was really focused in driving the challenges from the GT Academy. So that was the moment where it all made click, and I thought, oh my God, this is so cool, and I really can do it. And later I met Jessica. She was karting at that time, and I never sit in a kart or something like that. And she introduced me into this world, and we did a bit of real life racing there. So that was in my 20s, I guess. And about sim racing, really serious it got when COVID came,
Mm-hmm.
because we couldn't do the real life racing any longer. So we decided to give it a try, and build our setup forward, and jumped right into iRacing, which was quite a big step.
Yeah, and my part started also with Gran Turismo many years ago, just as gaming, and but I focused at first on real time, also real life karting, and yeah, I had I was lucky. I had the opportunity to do it, and yeah, so I focused at first on this one.
Yeah, it was more like I introduced her into the sim racing,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and she introduced me into the real life racing, which was kind of funny because we both coached each other.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
And yeah,
That's
yeah.
really
So for
cool.
me,
Yeah.
yeah,
So.
for me it was at the beginning really complicated to start sim racing because the feeling was really different. I had just the steering wheel, and yeah, so to adapt it from real life to sim, that's not so easy.
yeah, and for me it was also crazy because I mean, sim racing can be exhausting too, but when you sit in a real kart, you feel the G-force for the first time, and your neck goes like this. It's yeah,
Yeah,
quite an experience.
Yeah, that's awesome that you like started from sim racing. She started in karting, and you both kind of like get involved into sim racing and karting as well. That's really cool. I started from karting when I was 9 years old, so yeah, I understand what you're talking about. And actually, karting, because we got really small kart circuits. It's really pretty intense races compared to what you got in the normal road racing, like formulas. It's a lot of things just happen, slower in formulas or in cars compared to karting. So yeah, it's crazy. Um, who are your biggest motorsport idol? So for me, that was Valentino Rossi. So I started karting because of my dad. So he got me into the karting, and I was a big fan of Valentino Rossi. I was watching MotoGPs, and when I started, I picked the 46 number. So who was it for you, Katharina?
For me, it was Mika Häkkinen, actually, even though I'm German,
Mhm.
which mostly means that most people like Michael Schumacher. So
Mhm.
as a child, I really looked up to Mika Häkkinen, and later on Sebastian Vettel, of course.
Mhm.
Yeah. For me, it started with Michael Schumacher and
Mhm.
yeah, later also with Sebastian Vettel. So yeah, it fits good.
Yes.
That's nice. I also was a big fan of Michael Schumacher. I remember I was playing this the card Michael Schumacher game when it was in my childhood. It was really fun. Um, so, can you tell me how you met each other in karting, how this happened? And you also mentioned in your bio that you fall in love with each other as well as you fall in love in karting also.
Yeah. Actually, it was with the dating side. It was quite crazy. I just got on this dating site and I thought, okay, I just do it. Maybe something comes up, or even not. I didn't believe in it that it would really would work out, but actually it did. I just made 3 years membership. So because I thought, okay, yeah, it will take time. And yeah, not quite. I don't know. 4 weeks after I just made the membership, we just connected, and it fit immediately.
Mhm.
So I paid for it 3 years, and I never used it anymore. So it was
Yeah, and you even did not mention that that you like motorsports
yeah
at first.
yeah
So we just found out it a little bit later, and yeah. So the first time I came to you, and I saw you have in your living room a little sim rig, and yeah, I thought, wow, great, that fits.
yeah
And yeah,
yeah. Even though I was a big motorsport fan, I didn't thought that anybody would love it like I do. So because in all my friends, they never really cared about motorsports, so I thought, okay, I can left that. But yeah,
yeah. Then you found me.
yeah,
Well, I think, I'm just thinking that you're from Germany, and I think a lot of people in Germany are into motorsport because here's a lot of racing tracks, especially the big Nordschleife where people doing track days and all this stuff. So, yeah, it's interesting to see that you didn't have anyone in your surroundings who was into motorsport.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
All right. So you met each other at karting, and how was the first experience for you, Katarina, to like transition from sim racing to karting? Like, was it really hard to adapt to it? I know that you mentioned before that was a bit weird with G forces, but in terms of how you understand the line on the track and all the stuff, did sim racing help you to start your way in karting?
I think the feeling of the car or the cart in that case, and the lines, I think I could adapt that really quickly, and it helped me definitely out. But also I had a very good coach, which is always fun to do it, and yeah, gave me tips. So I think it helped a lot, definitely.
Hmm.
So and still it does. Also, because we also train in the simulator for our real life championships now, so it does help definitely.
That's awesome. So I think the same stuff happened to me. So I was in the open wheelers. I was in karting before, then in the open wheelers. Then I jump into sim racing. It was quite easy to adapt. It was crazy with all competition which you meeting in sim racing. It's absolutely crazy. I know that you doing karting in Germany. Yeah, it's competitive, I guess. But I was doing it in Kazakhstan, and I 4 times won the championship here, and I was just pulling away from everybody. And when I jump into sim racing, I'm like, wow, I finally can race with people, and I finally got someone who's faster than me, and it's really cool actually. So the same question for you, Jessica. How was your transition from karting to sim racing? Was it really hard to lose all the G forces and feelings which you got in the real life?
Yeah, at first it was not so easy to miss the G forces and the feedback from the tires in real life, and the motion of the kart, the way it moves in a certain way, because I drove a slalom championship,
Hmm.
so not on track. So you have just one time to look at the track, to walk around, and then this one run must fit in a certain way. You have just one lap, and it has to be perfect. And in sim racing, you can try again and again, and it's a little bit different in a way, but yeah, I got even to a good coach with more experience, and so we still learn from each other every time, and
This is
so
awesome,
we
actually, to have person who support you. I also got husband. He's into sim racing, and he also teach me a lot in sim racing, and also bring me into iRacing because before that I was doing some Assetto Corsa, some project cars too. So yeah, we also help each other on the racing track, and it's really cool. There you got the same partnership. It's really awesome. Um, can you tell me about your biggest achievements in karting and in sim racing? Let's start with Katarina.
Um, I think one of the biggest things I achieved is being third in the championship in my third year. So um, when you think of all the people I raced against, they are all doing it since they were little. So I don't know, 5, 6 years old. And I started in my 20s. So I think that's kind of cool. And also since I think 2070 or so on, we also do it with drive cars, and I've managed to be 3 times club champion, so
Hmm.
that's also cool. Yeah.
yeah. And yeah, I have I don't know how much vice second place Hessen championships from the ADAC slalom championship, and third and fourth places I can't count over the years. But I never got the title, so the competition is really hard, and
Hmm.
all the others, um, yeah, I fought with the last years. They all started even all at the age of 8 years
Hmm.
about, and so if you go there on track, so the first 7, 8, 10 people, everybody can win,
Hmm.
and just it's every day just a tenth or even less after 2 runs, and every little mistakes, yeah, the run is gone. The day.
Yeah, but that's also the thing which makes it great, because it's not like you go there and you can win it easily.
No.
You really have to fight for it, and
Hmm.
a lot of effort in it, and that makes fun, because yeah, it's hard, but it's also cool because you're getting better and better and better and
Hmm.
better. Yeah.
You
You
work on the card, have the opportunity to tune your card, to to make it fit better, to your own driving style, and yeah, the regulations allow it in this class. And yeah, so everybody has its own kart optimized for their own racing style, I would like to say.
Yeah.
And yeah, the competition is really hard.
Well, I think it's always great when you got high competition level because, as you said, Katerina, you always got like you getting better and better. You always got a place to improvements, and it's really cool. You mentioned that you did some car racing. What cars did you drive, and did you race, and what tracks? Or you did also some kind of car slalom as Jessica?
We own a Toyota Yaris, but not the super cool new one. It's actually the car from 2005, so it's a little bit low budget. And it's a regional championship we drive. It's pretty similar to karting slalom, but with cars. There are different tracks and levels we have. We have small local tracks, which is basically also on karting tracks. But we also drove a German championship some years ago, and they're on old airplane fields, which is basically have a track that's about 2 kilometers, and yeah, that's kind of cool. It's not that we drove with 2 or 3 cars at the same time. You always drive your own run, and the fastest one wins. So it's more like yeah, not like a drag, but a track race, but the best time counts, because this is the most affordable way to do some racing in a car here for, yeah, I would say normal people, because when you come to, you mentioned that you drove Formula cars and so on. I think there's always the budget problem.
Yeah, yeah, true.
some things like that. I mean, we also did some Formula 4 car training on Nürburgring. But yeah, that was a one-time thing where we just thought, okay, that's cool. We really want to experience that. So, but doing a championship in that is really expensive. So,
yeah, that's true. So formal was really expensive, and I had a good sponsor. I was part of the Astana Motorsports team. They support me. As they closed the program, I stopped to do any in real life racing because I didn't have this opportunity. I'm not from the rich family. Just get opportunity to jump and continue my career. But you know, some racing found me, and I'm actually really happy about this because I'm still doing the same, and also got my own community. I'm also streaming. It's really cool. You also said that you started iRacing, yeah, in 2020. So during the pandemic, like many of us started from this. Can you tell me more about how you choose iRacing? Like you did some Gran Turismo. Did you have any simulators between Gran Turismo and iRacing, or just directly jump into iRacing? Let's start from Jessica.
Yeah, no, we actually started directly with iRacing, and yeah, during Corona, yeah, we informed about the simulation, and yeah, the feedback was really good, and that it's would be, how to say, competitive in a way, and yeah. So we decided to start directly with iRacing, and we liked it. And yeah, but our equipment was at that point not so good. But yeah,
yeah, we only had a Thrustmaster, so with no basic feedback, no load cell, nothing, just really basic. And yeah, when you start iRacing, it's really hard when you hit the brakes for the first time. You think, oh my God,
yeah,
what's happening? Why did I turn the car? Yeah, so it was not that easy, but we we quickly adapt because we had time. I mean, I was working full-time remote. You were able to go out because your company was you have a job where you need to go out, but I was the whole time here, so I had a lot of time to get into it.
I also get into iRacing during pandemic, and I remember that I had G27, so you start from really basic equipment. I started also, so now I got triple, the D wheel, load cell pedals. I think load cell pedals for me, that was the biggest improvement which I got in my equipment. So speaking about equipment, what do you have right now? Because I see the 8020 rig behind you, I think.
That's actually a new one we just built. The other one's in the other room, which we started from. There was or is still a basic setup with a Formula One seat and a Thrustmaster 300 RS and the TLC load cell brakes. So we still got that basic setup we started during pandemic. And this other one was it happened. It planned, but it happened. There we have a full camera setup actually.
The Camus C5, and now with the load cell brake for this Camus, and
there was quite a story because we were last 2 years ago we were on the ADAC Sim Racing Expo, and right before we said okay, we go there and we stick to one setup. We do not build a second one, and then there were some challenges, and we actually won the Camus C5 there. So then we came back and said, okay, then we need to build a second one. So it just happened, and
so it started, and so everything just a little bit. A new monitor, now triple screen. At first a single screen, now triple screen, and
That's great. Do you have any plans for your other rig, which got T300 right now on it?
Not quite yet, but maybe some new pedals. I don't know. We still use it for PlayStation.
For Gran Turismo, I drive there a little bit more on Gran Turismo. It's also fun to do weekly challenges at Gran Turismo, and so it's a nice switch between iRacing and Gran Turismo, and choose what you want to do.
It's more like a fun thing. So maybe some new pedals if there are some good stuff is coming up from Thrustmaster, which fits PlayStation and PC. I know it's always a compromise you need to go, but it's okay. We got the other setup for iRacing, so
that's great. Well, I think Thrustmaster should have new pedals, which they include to T598 bundle, and this pedal set should have load cell kit. I'm waiting for it because I got this T598 bundle, and I really like these pedals, so they're great. Really cool that you can, move them around as to position which will be comfortable for you. It's really nice. So hopefully your rig will get new pedals in the future. So let's talk about iRacing. So you jump into it, and what's your favorite series right now? Let's start from Catharina and then Jessica.
I'm actually more into GT cars. At the moment, this season, I drove the Toyota GR68 because I'm really a fan of Toyota. So I really like this car. I love Toyota. I love the brand. So I also drove a little bit of Ferrari, and then I actually got into NASCAR series. So I'm currently at my oval phase.
Hmm.
Yeah, also with Toyota. So it's kind of fun.
Yeah, I like a little bit more the Formula cars,
Hmm.
like you do. And yeah, I drove the Formula 4 with. I started in November with iRacing. At first, we just had one account together because yeah, it was really not necessary to have two
Hmm.
accounts. And yeah, I drove for fun a little bit rallycross with the W4 VW Beetle. And yeah, so the difference between the Formula and rallycross is quite a bit, but it's both fun and I like it. And yeah,
Yeah, rallycross in iRacing is awesome. I also really like to do it from time to time. I didn't touch it a long time because I was really into Porsche Cup, and recently I just returned back to Formula 3 because I didn't race it a long time. And I did rallycross. I did this big tracks with a rear wheel drive. They're really fun to drive. Love them. Um, so yeah, and my favorite series will be Porsche Cup because here's no traction, no ABS system on the car. I really like it. So yeah, what's your favorite combo will be, Katarina?
My favorite combo.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a tough one. um, I think I really love the Toyota 68. I know it's a basic car and it's a beginner car, but I really love it, how it behaves and how it looks. And I really love Suzuka. It's
Mhm.
it's a cool track. I mean, sure, for the Toyota, it's a little bit slow, but yeah, that would probably be my combo.
Mhm.
yeah. My combo, I think it's Laguna Seca in the Formula 4 at the moment, but the Formula 3 I like really too. So yeah, at the moment, Formula 4, Laguna Seca, I
Mhm.
would say.
Yeah, Laguna Seca, a great track. I think a little bit underrated by community, and I think people just afraid of this track a little bit in iRacing.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, Suzuka is a great track also. I like Suzuka. You know, when people ask me like what's your favorite combo, I can decide, but usually that's like Porsche Cup and Road Atlanta, because most of the time I'm at Road Atlanta. This is one of my favorite track. I really like how it goes with the flow and with up hills and down hills. It's really cool to drive. It's awesome. Um, do you plan to do any championships in a racing in the future in this year? So let's talk about them if you're planning some.
We definitely want to raise the screen to speed
Hmm.
challenges coming up, and otherwise, I don't know. We have some team members who want to drive some long distance races, like good Sebrings and so on. So maybe
Hmm.
we jump in at maybe the 24 hours of Nürburgring, but it's nothing settled yet. We
Spontaneous.
mostly it's okay, we race there.
Hmm.
So yeah, and we also have a local sim racing center here, where we, I think, yeah, twice a week there,
Yeah.
and there's a little quiet community there where we can battle each other, and they're also doing championships. We are mostly there and drive this ones too. So
Exactly, but they are not on iRacing. They
Hmm.
are done on Assetto Corsa
yeah.
from the simulation. So yeah, it's always a little bit different,
Mm.
but yeah, it's always fun.
Yeah, because this is also cool because you have the sim racers who come there to drive,
Mhm.
and also real life racers who are really competing in the 24 hours of Nürburgring. And that's sometimes crazy when you watch them, how quickly they can adapt to the sim racing thing and how
Mhm.
fast they are. That's really cool. So
Yes. Because we trained with this simulator several hours, and this guy sits there and 1 lap, 2 laps, 3, 5, and then he has the time. We work 3 hours for or longer. Yeah. But we can still learn and get better.
That's really nice that you got a local sim racing center where you got a great community and can race also there. You mentioned screen to speed events, and I know that you finished P3 and P4, right? Recently. How was this for you? And like, did you have any like team strategy, something like this?
actually, you just jumped in.
Yes.
It wasn't planned that you drive because we said we need to look that both simulators run,
Mhm.
but it runs when you were in. So let's go. You didn't have any training.
Just 1 hour before it started, we decided, oh, let's have a look. And I jumped into the other Gran Turismo simulator. Yeah, with nearly no feedback. And I drove and I just said, hey, try your best. You get a better setup. And I don't want to collide with you with our first race last year together, because at the first screen to speed race at Okayama with the Toyota, we drove together. So I crashed a little bit into her and she spun around, and that was not fun.
Well, it was funny because we decided, okay, we are not crashing each other. We try to work together, and then she just cut the corner and kicked me out.
I can't see you.
But on Saturday it worked better. We didn't kick each other out, and actually there was no really strategy. We just thought, okay, we try to survive that one, because always in over it's always about surviving. Especially the starts and so on. And we also messed up our strategy a little bit because I was confused. Everybody was running on the safety car into the pits, and we stayed out. And I thought, oh my god, that was not good. And, but we managed to stay in the pack, and then I had to go to the pits, and I did not enough fuel into my car. So I managed my gap to her, but then I realized, oh my gosh, this is not going to last till the end. I need to save. And then I just need to lift and coast more and more, and she comes closer and closer and closer. And I was so happy when I see the white flag, and I thought, okay, it will work out.
Yes. And after my pit stop, I had about 70 seconds. I was behind, and then I saw that you are slower than me, but I didn't know the reason why. I thought maybe a little accident, anything with your car happened that you can't go the pace, and so every lap a little bit, a half a second sometimes, and I knew to the end maybe,
and I was sweating.
I'm coming. But in the last lap, I think I had someone with me, and we finished. We just could manage it and stay before me.
And I really was over the line, and then
So less than a lap. not a half lap. So yeah, it was really a close one.
Yeah. But I really wanted to avoid this second stop because I knew when I do the second stop, I will be way behind. So
Yeah.
Really nice that you managed to save fuel and finish on P3. Congrats. Yeah, Sophie just said in chat that I wonder why you lost so much time.
Yeah.
it was fuel saving.
How do you like the screen to speed community, and how do you feel overall about like girls into sim racing? And do you feel that sim racing community is friendly and nice to women? What do you think about this? Let's start with Jessica.
I think it's really fun to drive there, and yeah, I'm really excited right now for the next races even because that's the first time with FF 1600, so a little bit formula like,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that will be really cool. And from the community, we get good feedback, and yeah, it's always great to be there.
Yeah, I think there are always so good sim racing girls and women on this events. That's so much fun, and it's most of the time it's really fair, and I think it's really cool. Also, we just knew or about Screen to Speed from the ADAC Sim Racing Expo last year. Um, so that was the moment where we met the whole community
Mm-hmm.
and saw the race. We did it on the fair. That was also cool to have a space only for women in this whole man area. So because even on the sim racing expo, it was when you come to the simulators there and ask, can I try it out? It always was, yeah, try it out. You can. And then after when you do the first lap, they just getting their smartphones out and film you because they can't drive. So yeah, and the community from Screen to Speed is really cool. It's really nice, everybody's cool. So it's a lot of fun to get to know each other and race against each other. In iRacing, I think it's a bit split. Sometimes you have some weirdos who don't like to be beat by a woman, so they might
Yeah.
dive bomb you or things like that on the last lap. But yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's happens.
And at this Sim Racing Expo, we also got a little coaching from Nina Hahn. So that
Mm-hmm.
was very nice from her. And yeah, so we met Yvonne and all the others there and got really good feedback. So yeah, we are looking really forward for this year and be there too.
Yeah, we got a lot of great people in Init esports, and they did a really good job supporting women into sim racing, into motorsport as well, and give opportunity to girls who coming to sim racing also to feel comfortable, because sometimes like I get used to that. Here's a lot of men in motorsport and racing, and I just get used to that. Some girls can be a little bit afraid of jumping into male-dominated areas where here's a lot of men, and that's great to have a place where you can feel safe and can feel every time welcome. It's really awesome. But from my experience, I also want to ask you about how can you compare the karting community to sim racing one? Because when I was in karting, it was really toxic. And when I was in open wheelers, I also was like, only one person. So like guys, they communicating with each other and they just like ignore me 100%, especially if you're winning. If you on top 3, top 5, they like, oh, we're not going to talk with you now. So yeah, it's really, you know, I just get used to that, but I can feel that it can be a really painful thing for some people, especially for new people who coming into sim racing. So yeah, what do you think about karting community in Germany and how they treat you here? Let's start with Katharina.
Um, I think you have a little bit more experience about that, but I can say from my side, I got lucky because we are in a motorsports club, and there in this club, it's really nice to and you get connected really fast and you help each other out. So even with the other clubs, it was good for me. Um, when it comes to long distance racing, we also did in the past. It depends. You always have some people who are, yeah, like I don't want to get to know you, or we are enemies, and I don't want to by you. But I think we are lucky that we always had some people around us who support us, and yeah, didn't look at our gender if we're women or not, or so. I think for me it was really positive.
Yeah, and for me too. So even in the championship, I did it for about a really long time, and without saying the years. Yeah, and so everybody grew up in a way with all this, and they saw me year for year fighting for the yeah top podium positions, and yeah, so you get over the long distance a little respect of them, and yeah, they see how good you are, how good you deliver every time, and then it grows with the time, and everybody knows. Yeah,
It's even besides the track. You stay overnight. You camp there. You
eat
barbecue together, and
yes,
so on. So I think that also helps to get to know each other.
Yeah, that's then one big community, and yeah, everybody are friends, most of them, and yeah, so it's really cool time, just like a big summer camp. You see every weekend, and yeah, you spend with these guys more than with some other guys, your relatives or something like this.
Really cool that you got that positive experience. That's really nice. Do you see that now you can mention more girls into karting and into sim racing as well? So, how do you think the industry changing for these years?
Difficult. I think it gets better even with things like screen to speed to help grow, and you have more female personalities in the sport where you can look up to. Here in Germany, it's Sophia Flörsch, for example. I know that a lot of girls look up to her. Yeah, but it's still tough, I think, to get some sponsors, and yeah, when these my feeling is when sponsors could choose between a boy or a girl or a woman or a man, they firstly would choose the man because he is better to promote. But yeah, we need to keep work on it, that it gets better, and yeah, maybe someday we have a woman Formula One competing. That would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be awesome to have women in Formula One, or even a lot of them. Who knows?
Yeah,
that would be great. But yeah, keep pushing everybody and never give up. That's the message we could give to everybody. And yeah, so just make the first step, try it out, and yeah, if it's fun, do it. Believe in your dreams, and yeah, keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. We should just focus on our dreams, and doesn't matter if we girl or boy. Like, if you want to do some racing, you can jump to some racing and do it. Uh, so I always answer to questions like, "How do you feel to be only one girl on the grid?" I'm like, "I'm just a racing driver, in the car, and that's it." So it doesn't
Yeah,
matter if I'm girl or boy when I'm in the racing car. So I believe that with some time, people just go into race with girls, and that'll be absolutely normal thing. Like, not nothing really the thing which stand out. All
yeah,
right.
yeah.
So speaking about other hobbies, I know, Katharina, that you into Chinese kung fu, right? So can you
Yes.
tell me more about it and how you started, how you get into this?
Um, I'm I first started, I think, when I was 14 or 15, so a long time ago. Um, it I just came over school into it. There was a trial training, and I thought, okay, maybe I try it out. It's
Hmm.
cool, it's fun, and I stick to it. I did a little break over some years because of school and work, but yeah, I'm now really, really, really into it, and trying to um, get up the grades there.
Hmm.
And I think it's crazy how similar things are from kung fu or martial arts to motorsports, because it's
Hmm.
um, about concentration, about breathing, about your body physics, and feeling your body and feeling the car. So you can adapt a lot of things from both worlds to each other. And yeah, for me, it's more a way to relax, even though it's exhausting to do it. So, but I always feel relaxed when I come from training. So that's really cool.
That's
Yeah.
nice. What about you, Jessica? Do you have any other hobbies outside of racing and sim racing?
Well, not so much. It's always a lot of stuff to do around the sim rig, our
Hmm.
real kart, the Toyota, the Yaris, and so yeah, there are a lot of things to do.
Yeah, you like to work on the things, and try to understand how it works.
Hmm.
Yeah,
And even improve it.
improve.
Yeah, she's always yeah, improving the pedals, and says, yeah, I would change that and this and that. And I think, okay, yeah, do it. Understand what's planning, but it will be great.
I ask her if I did something. So yeah, is it better or not? And she says, I don't know. But after a few times, then yeah, it's good. Times are getting faster and faster, and so yeah.
So outside of being the driver, you're also trying to be the sim racing engineer, yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, and even mechanic on the cart and so on.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
she can do that. I mean, I can change tires at least. So
No way. I built the whole cart completely from
Hmm.
ground up. So yeah, I knew every screw at the cart. And yeah, so yeah,
That's
try it
awesome.
out, and yeah, it's
Really
also
cool.
a kind of thank you.
Yeah, because I think that not so many drivers who's into karting, into racing, they also kind of trying to dive deep into mechanic part of this and do something with their own hands, and it's really awesome. Because I also really like to spend time with my dad. My dad build my carts, and I also help him to build it. It was really fun for me. So I don't know. I was always like, I want to screw something, do something, because it's really fun. All right. Do you have any plans for motorsport? Do you have any plans for karting this year in 2025?
We will compete in our local kart championship with our Toyota, definitely. Season starts, I think, in May. Yeah, in May. Unfortunately, there are not so many events like the last years because for all the clubs it gets harder to get the tracks and so on, and yeah, also a financial problem for them. So I think it's 4 or 5 races. When it comes to karting, I think we will do some long distance races with our team, but nothing specific planned. We will see what comes up. And yeah, and with our own kart, I think it's more like a fun drive. We can use our club track for free. So on Sundays we can go on a track and just drive without competing in a championship or so on. Because we need to focus on some things. When you want to do everything in a high level, it's a little bit too much. So yeah, I would say we do the karting stuff for fun.
Yeah, and so yeah, the screen to speed events we already mentioned, and yeah, I think that's quite a lot. And some videos for our channel. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's good plans which you got for 2025, and also probably I'm going to see you on one of the screen to speed events. We got a question for you in the chat. How long is a regular stint in an endurance karting race?
It depends on the distance for sure. Normally it's about 1 hour you drive the car, but it depends a little bit because the driver times you have for the stints is limited. So I don't know, when you have a 6-hour race like that and you compete with 3 drivers, everybody needs to at least drive, I think, 1 hour or something like that. But mostly it makes sense to just split it into 2-hour splits. But there's also a lot of strategy when you come in to do the driver change and the karting change. Usually you need to change the karts. And so it depends, but I would say 1 to 2 hours.
Yeah. All right.
So
And
I can give a right answer because it depends on the distance. You have 3 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours, 12 hours. So yeah,
it also
depends
can depends on the strategy which you're running, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because
and what your
I did
opponents do.
some races in karting endurance races. We had like 4-hour race or something like this, and we had 3 people in a team, and someone drove longer stints, and some other drivers drove shorter stints. So yeah, it depends on a lot of things, as you said. All right, and before we wrap up, I got a few questions for you. Can you describe your driving style in 3 words? Let's start with Catharina and then Jessica. You can try it as well.
Okay, 3 words. I think, that's really tough. I think smooth. Sometimes a bit crazy. And I don't know. No word.
You have your own line.
Oh yeah, my line is special. So special, definitely special.
Yes.
All right.
Everybody drives in indoor karting or something like this behind her. The one crashes into the barriers, so you can't drive her line. It's not possible. Yeah, it's fast, but I can't drive it. Yeah, and my 3 words. Yeah. What would you say?
Maybe
Yeah.
aggressive or something like this.
Focused on perfection lab.
That's not one. That's not one word. That's a sentence.
Yeah.
Well, you can say focused, like perfect or perfection.
Perfection, yeah, and
I would say good looking because it always looks good when you drive. So
thanks.
All right, that counts, I think.
Yeah.
All right, and
Maybe.
the last one will be what the theme song would be for your racing career, Catharina and Jessica. That can be like your favorite song or something like this. So when you see your racing career, what song playing in your head?
oh, that's for me. I really have all the time music in my ears, so it's kind of hard to decide. But I would definitely go with something from the Imagine Dragons because I'm a huge Imagine Dragons fan. Um, yeah, I think I go with Radioactive. That's a powerful
Okay.
song, and I saw it live, and that just really gets me pumped up. So
Yeah, good song. Yeah, I don't know. There are so many good songs, but yeah, do one. I don't know.
maybe you go with your favorite band.
Yeah. Good question. There are so many good songs to make you focus, and yeah, I think every year has a good, good new actors, good new songs, and you combinate them with the season. So every season has one song or something like this. So yeah, but what is the best?
So you can pick then your song of 2025.
2025. I don't know. Song could we take?
I don't know.
I don't want to listen to music at the moment so much. So
Mhm.
Yeah, you're not really into music. You always
So-
need to listen to my music. So
yeah, all the time music on, and yeah.
All right, so maybe we can count Imagine Dragons Radioactive as your song for your family.
let me take that one.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much for talking. It was really fun to getting to know you closer. Wish you good luck for 2025 with your plans. Probably going to see you on track with Screen to Speed events. And guys, thank you so much for watching and see you next time.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. It was a pleasure.